Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 12, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the markets did taper off after their major gains this week. But first, looking at the major economic events of today, starting out at 8 a.m. South African time. Out of Great Britain, we have a GDP, and it's a monthly number, so not too important, but you do want to know what's coming out. And then at 4 p.m. South African time, out of the United States, we do have a consumer confidence number, and that could be really an important number later today. So looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs taper off. Well, looking at the indices, the NASDAQ tapering off and retreating, and looking at the Dow Jones as it remains steady. Looking at commodities, gold just really unchanged, while oil gains just somewhat. Looking at the stocks, the FAANG stock plus Microsoft did retreat. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, really unchanged for the day and trickling lower. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Euro USD, and you can see it tapering off just a little bit, but nothing major, okay? But it did have some major gains this week. Now looking at the GBP, also did retreat just a little bit, but nothing major again. So I do expect us to be in a tighter range unless we break. However, looking at the Australian dollar, it is always the stronger one of the bunch. And you can see that quite clearly, that it didn't retreat, did hold itself and steady as it goes into today's session. Now looking at gold. Gold really unchanged here, 1790. Yesterday we were at 1780-ish level, so really not much there. Looking at crude oil, we did gain to $91.88. So that was a nice gain there. And we are hitting somewhat of a resistance at this level, so just be aware of it. Now looking at the NASDAQ, okay, this is where it is right now, 13,350. It did hit 13,500, so did have a nice head up on the upside, but couldn't sustain it, and it is just hovering below support, so we may see some further selling on the downside. Looking at the Dow Jones, though, steady and stronger on resistance-ish level, so I'd be looking for some strength there as well. Now looking at the individual stocks, Apple did retreat somewhat, so did Facebook, so did Microsoft. Okay, so we saw just a regular profit taking in this little bull market that we're going through right now. So ultimately, I don't expect it to be a major day, but this consumer confidence number could give us some direction in either way, so just be aware of it. Now Tesla's been one that has been showing some tremendous weakness here. Every time it goes higher, it just brings it down faster, so you can see that quite clearly here. So if we do break this moving average, the 30-day moving average, we could see it further decline as well. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, we are at that resistance-ish level at 24,000, and we're trying to break it down. So keep that in mind later today. If it doesn't sustain itself, it could show itself further down. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a good trading day.